You're listening to Blue Shirt Underground Show, the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in and find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blue Shirt Underground, motherfucker!
Can't be as a Ranger fan. Can't be as a Ranger fan.
This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Whose brother Ryan was a New York Ranger. Here's Zibanejad, the takeaway, has it back from Kreider. Beautiful pass and they score! Keandre Miller, a shorthanded goal. And the Rangers lead 4-2.
You will not see a nicer piece of puck work, short-handed from the Rangers. Beautiful passing. A turnover in the middle of the ice as McMichael is going to throw this puck to Ovechkin. He's standing still, and when it bounces, Zibanejad just takes it away, and it's a 3-on-2. The little give and go with Kreider. But as he's playing give and go with Kreider, Zibanejad sees Miller. Everybody looks at Kreider. Nobody finds Keandre Miller. It's a beautiful shot. That's a gorgeous goal. And the Rangers, a power play goal.
Yes, good evening, Blue Shirt Undergrounders. This is your Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Quarterfinals wrap-up show. Today is Wednesday, and it's April the 24th. My name is Jim, and as always, I'm joined on the other side of the window by the one and only Eddie Geik. Eddie, good evening. 14 wins to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, looking good, looking good. I mean, 2 games to none. 2 games to none. We've been here before. Let's see if it's a little bit of a change.
We have been
but
here
I'm
before.
right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I mean, I just don't see any weaknesses.
I don't. Well,
go ahead.
Hey, look, last night was a nice, tight game, and you know what? Peter Laviolette said from day one, we are going to play playoff hockey, and they backed it up with a 55-win season, and then they backed it up last night. That's a game you got to know how to win that game, and they did. You got to have your little muffin winger wizard out there throwing hits, getting dirty. You gotta have everything. It takes a village.
Well,
it takes everyone.
I certainly thought the Rangers had a game plan. They stood to the game plan. I like the fact that they are pinching in on a defenseman. They're not chasing the game, but forcing the Capitals to do things very quickly on a horrible, atrocious, putrid Madison Square Garden ice. That ice, I hope, I hope the Rangers can win in 4 because I don't want to come back to the Garden after the Knicks have played there
That
and
was
destroyed the place.
circus bad days last night.
That was
And
bad.
Circus days.
So I feel like going to the CAP Center, the MCI Center, or whatever they're calling it.
The Capital One Arena.
The Capital One Arena. I should know that. They're my bank. The Capital One Arena should prove even a faster track for the New York Rangers.
Should be.
And a team that
are the Washington Wizards in the playoffs?
I doubt it.
Are they still called the Washington Wizards?
I don't know. I'm not sure there's even a team in Washington. The Washington Bullets was the last.
They were the Bullets.
That was too politically incorrect, so they changed it to the Wizards.
Okay, so the Wizards are not playing. So for the most part, the Caps have the building to themselves.
Maybe the Washington Generals are playing their home games against the Globetrotters. But getting back to the game, it was a closer game. I felt like Washington was good early. They came out, they meant business. There was some pushback, and they were good late. But in between that, I really felt in control of the game. I never really got the agita. I mean, yes, of course, the impact refereeing plays a big part in the agita, and that
Dan Murphy works for the security company that provides security for the NHL at the arena in Florida for Panthers games.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets to meet. He works the refs' locker room outside the outside area. So he always knows who's refereeing all the games. Mm-hmm. And he texted me yesterday in the afternoon, and he said, "Your buddy Wes McCauley's doing the Ranger game." I said, "There'll be 20 phantom calls and 20 missed calls tonight." And then I was texting him. Zibanejad just got high-sticked in the face. Nothing called. Wes McCauley is in the house. And then what was the other one? There was another one I texted him, and then I stopped because I gave up.
Yeah.
Will Cooley high-sticked in the face. No call. Wes in the house.
Was absolutely no call on that.
Blatant trip on Zibanejad. Nothing called. Wes is in the house. I said, the Rangers just got a power play. It might be on the news.
Well, both teams, and now I'm going to be a little unpopular with this, both teams were, I thought, jobbed by these referees. The Rangers, I thought, a little bit more. The Zibanejad play you're talking about, where was that the trip? It looked like it was a little bit of embellishment on them. It should have been called a trip. I don't know if I'm recalling the same play, but the Cooley high stick was right in front of the referee. I don't understand. What are you watching? It just was an abomination. The Wes McCauley abomination.
It's the worst. Yeah, Patty Duke said it. Zim got flipped like a flapjack. No call.
But I will tell you, and this is where I'm in the minority, is I believe that Panarin should have gotten a penalty.
I thought it was close.
I thought he should have got 2 minutes.
I thought it was close.
It was very close. But do you notice how the Dan Blandisi, the Don Jackson, the guy they go to had it completely wrong. He was about to give Panarin 5 minutes, game misconduct, gross misconduct, banned for life.
Solitary confinement.
And then he was like, oh, they made the right call. It was very close. It was very close. You're right. But when the whole turnaround of that, where he got nothing and the Capital guy got something, must have set off Capital fans into a complete gimped out frenzy, because that is just, and I couldn't believe it, because usually the Rangers get hosed that way. I know exactly. Double barrel figures.
All I got to say about that.
Yep. Because usually the Rangers are hosed like that, and they turned that hose right on the Capital fan. and I couldn't see it was again. And you're right, Larry. It followed the Kelly Sutherland, and these are considered the two best refs in the league.
Right.
And they're horrible. So both teams had something, but the bottom line is the Rangers' penalty kill is outstanding. I don't fear their power play. Ovi looks. Was he have one shot in 2 games, Jim?
One shot on goal in 2 games. Rangers have completely shut him down. For the most part.
For the most part. I think he picked up an assist, didn't he?
I think so.
And
you'll be happy to know there is nothing else going on at the Capital One Arena except hockey this week.
Good.
So that should bode well for the ice.
I'm not even going to even say that, that the last minute or so, 2 minutes were pretty hairy for the Rangers. But that was with the goalie pulled. And
how many 1-goal games with the goalie pulled don't get hairy in the last minute?
I know. There are a lot. I mean, even the Rangers aren't immune to
the right guy on the ice, and they just couldn't get the puck out of the zone. VZ missed that shot down ice, missed it by about a foot. And they held on. That's all I care about.
Oh no, I didn't say it was embellishment, Margaret, on Oshie's. I would say it was a little embellishment on Zibby getting, I think it was on the tripping thing. He did an extra dive. I mean, give him 2 and 2, but I don't know. Who knows? I'm not going to sit here and die on my sword about the refereeing in the NHL. I'm just trying to tell you what I thought at the time.
Rangers had they have 2 5-on-5 goals last night.
That's
giving them 6 for the series. A shorthanded goal last night. Excuse me. Or no, 1 5-on-5 goal. Excuse me. 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal.
I have to remember
2 things happened last night.
Oh, I want to hear
funny.
this.
And Jen can attest. Last night, Rangers' first line, the Zibanejad line, is on the ice. And I don't know, it was probably early second period. And Sam says something about Roslovic. And I said, that's the first time tonight I've heard his name. And I said, but you know what? I said the exact same thing the other night. I think it was the Islander game. I said, then a minute later he scored. A minute later he scores. When they got the penalty, when it was when they were up 3-2 at the time, and they went on the penalty kill. And I said, a shorthanded goal would be nice here. I said, they've been getting some lately. Keandre Miller scores the shorthanded goal. Wow. She's like, Jen just said to me, she's like, you're on fire tonight. Yeah, it works out sometimes.
Yeah, I find that if I get on a guy, he usually winds up. It was funny when Roslovic scored that goal. I thought of you. You know why, Jim? Because Chicken Palm immediately said, well, he got kind of lucky there. It hit the defenseman's glove and went in, and he was kind of making excuses. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't care style points. That man took the shot that resulted in a goal. That's all I need.
When they put your name on the cup, it doesn't say got lucky next to the team name. It just says Stanley Cup winners. That's all it says. Stanley Cup champions. I don't care how they do it.
And that was a beauty short-handed goal, man. They dominated. I think they dominated that power play. I don't know if beforehand had they couple power plays, the Rangers penalty kill looked better than their power play.
Yeah, that started the last 2 weeks of the season where they started getting a lot of chances shorthanded. And they wound up, I think they had 2 or 3 shorthanded goals down the stretch.
Yeah, they
Kreider had one. I think Zibanejad had one. I can't remember who else. And then last night, Keandre Miller, who full marks, baby. Keandre Miller has been terrific. Absolutely terrific. I call it what it is. If it's bad, I say it. But if it's good, I'm going to throw you. I'm going to throw the bouquets.
See, that's not what you do.
Here we go.
That's not what you do.
I do too.
You go over the top. He stinks. He's a bum. That's over the top. You say, listen, he's struggling. You know, he's not playing the way he should be.
But sometimes the over the top, it's also for entertainment. It's funny.
Oh, okay.
You know, but if I just sit here and say this guy's bad, or he's not playing, he's not playing well. Everybody's man. Everybody's like, what? Well, but if I sit here and go, he's the worst goddamn hockey player I've ever seen,
trade him.
And I get reaction. Trade him. Run him out of town.
The Rangers are the smartest. Oh yeah, he definitely does. No, I agree. You're doing entertainment. Hey, listen, I do guys on entertainment value. I mean, some people were getting on. I saw, boy, Kakko's invisible. Is he playing tonight? I saw a lot of that. But you know what? That third line was good. I mean, you can't. Everybody can't. I thought the third line was
doing
good.
The things you want the third line to do. They're just, it's okay. They've had 8 different goal scorers in this series.
And
third line will find their goals. I'm not worried about it.
I mean, if I had to pick on one guy, that Wenberg, I don't know. He made a play in the third period. Do you remember this play? He made a nice play, and then he fucking gave the puck up. And I was like, why? I'd rather have, again, I don't want to go overboard and get emotional, but I really would like Philip Brittle in there instead of him. That guy cannot get back fast enough for me to take that third line position. I think it'll help Kakko. So
I like Wenberg. I think he's very good in his own zone. I think he's very good on defensive faceoffs. I think he's dependable. He doesn't do anything stupid. I just don't see any offense. I just don't see him creating much offense.
Oh, yeah.
But overall, I think we've got good balance on this team.
Yeah, no, so far so good. We got good balance against. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, they have a great record with the guys. Can't really argue. I mean, the Rangers have been winning. I just feel like, and then that, and it was great that they got that Roslovic goal, because that second power play unit is like, what a stark contrast.
Yeah. Yeah, and then sometimes I wonder like why they even bother, because they get like 20 seconds. Like why even bother changing? But yeah, it's Wenberg, Kakko, Lafreniere, Trouba, Gustafson. Is that the second power play unit? The second power play unit: Wenberg, Kakko, Lafreniere, Trouba, and Gustafson. I think.
Don't they put? Isn't Roslovic, Wenberg?
Maybe it's
Wenberg.
Roslovic, Wenberg, and Lafreniere. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure if Lafreniere plays the point on that. I think he plays the wing. So then, what do you have left? You got Trouba and Keandre, maybe. I don't know. Oh, Gustafson's definitely on it, so it's got to be one or the other. They're on so little, I can't even know. I don't even know who the hell's on it. And then, did you notice that at one point of the game, he was a little frustrated with the first power play unit, so he started them first, the Wenberg Incorporated over there, that thing. And I was like,
when's he going to score, Berg?
I love you. What?
When's he going to score, Berg?
And then I was like, bro, I love you, man, but you got to start that first unit first.
I thought was interesting. You talk about Ovechkin, and I know we're jumping all over the place, but that's okay. The last night's game, 3 minutes to go, Rangers up by a goal, and Ovechkin went to the bench. I said to Jen, I said, I said, time was he spent the entire last 5 minutes of a 1-goal game on the ice. You couldn't get him off the ice.
All right.
But yeah,
So
he
it's
just
Taco on the point. Thanks, Kim.
there were a couple of
Taco's
things-
got a blast. What a playmaker.
They did give up 2 power play goals last night. But they blocked 20 shots. They had 34 hits. Ryan Dillon-Strome had a power play goal.
Yeah, you going back to the Ovechkin. Did you see when he had that tip-in chance less than 3 minutes in front of the net, and it was like really weak? Like, this is not Alex Ovechkin. Again, I don't want to jinx anything, but there's no jinxes really. It didn't look like vintage Ovi who would have banged that home.
Well, look, even his coach was calling him out after the game last night. So,
oh, really?
Yeah,
did not know.
Yep.
Huh.
So, oh well, that's their problem.
Well, that's their problem. They got enough they got a cup out of him. Should have gotten more cups, but still. What do I care about that franchise? Except I like banking at their home arena. The sponsor of the home arena. Wow. So
it was funny because I do my banking at the Hurricanes arena.
Oh, really?
PNC, yeah.
Oh God, man. When I was torn watching that game. I would say that was about as torn as I've ever been between two teams. And you know how much I loathe the Islanders. But I cannot stand those entitled towel-waving Carolina Hurricane Bush League cheaters never win. Stormy Daniels mascotted losers. They're entitled. They think they should win, but like I told you, I won money on that epic collapse by the Islanders, and couldn't happen to a better team.
Absolutely.
Or a worse team.
I don't want the anxiety that would come with playing the Islanders in a playoff series. It was fun when I was 23, not so much when I'm 53. I don't even like playing during the regular season. The game, even the regular season games.
Whatever, they just shoot their proverbial whatever in the first 2 periods, and the third period is about as Katie bar the door as you could get. What did they have? One shot in the third period? No, they went up I think so. They had some ridiculous shot total in the third period. Anyway, I don't give a fuck about them.
We have a question from the audience. As a Rangers fan, would you ever bet on the Islanders to win? You have, haven't you? Did we have that discussion one night?
I think I did bet the Islanders to win against something.
I believe you did.
But it was a regular season game. I would never bet them in a playoff game. Not that they're in the playoffs. Not that they're in the playoffs all that much or deserve to be there. But the regular season, could be maybe San Jose's in town. Oh, Joe, Dan Quinn, a fine guy.
David Quinn, fired.
Dan Quinn. I said it again.
That's all right.
David Quinn.
This poor guy's been handed like you said in the play. He was giving scraps to coach.
Right. I mean, they traded Thomas Hertel down the fucking deadline. Like, give him nobody.
Right.
It's like Michael Granlund, your top player. Okay, so let's get back to the Rangers. What impressed you with the Rangers?
Just
the resiliency?
Just the moxie they showed last night. I mean, the Caps in game one tried to play that game in the mud. It didn't work. Last night they tried to bully the Rangers. That didn't work. Rangers pushed back. That's what I liked. You got to be able to win those types of games.
I was thinking about Matt Rempe. I was like mostly Ranger fans are thinking he's like one of the few Rangers. All he does is go out there and hit. And he's around the net in the offensive zone. And, he's got a goal in the playoffs. But his own directive, his prime directive, to use a Star Trek reference, is to hit bodies. Whether somebody else. Here comes Rappy. And I really can't remember a guy. That's all he wants to do. He's not about stick checking. He's not about. And he does it effectively. And they really don't have. I mean, other than Tom Wilson, they don't have a hitter out there. And Tom Wilson's got to worry about scoring goals.
He's got to worry about Panarin.
Yeah.
Did you see Wilson elbow Cooley right in the face after a faceoff?
Yes.
As soon as the refs weren't looking, dropped the elbow right in his face.
I mean, Tom Wilson, you wouldn't expect that from him. Why should they be looking his way?
Right.
I mean, this guy.
He doesn't have that kind of reputation.
Yeah. He just came off, a 9-game suspension. And one of the things with Rempe is he doesn't deserve it, but he's got a target on his back. That penalty he got, what? Did you hear what Dave Maloney said on the radio? He said, this just isn't a man's sport anymore after the Rempe penalty.
Well, that's funny because Sam said the exact opposite when Tom Wilson elbowed Cooley in the face.
What did he say?
He said it's a man's sport, Joe.
What would he know about being a man?
This just isn't a man's sport anymore. I thought the penalty on Rempe, I guess it's a penalty, whatever. I'm going to give you an unpopular opinion about Matt Rempe.
Well, I mean, it was a smush in the face, but the guy's tall. What is he supposed to do?
Right. I don't think Rempe should play tomorrow night.
I'm in agreement.
I don't think he should play tomorrow night. Caps get the last change. They did have some chances against his line last night, and I just think they might take advantage of the matchup. And be honest with you, I wouldn't mind seeing Brodzinski in there tomorrow night on that fourth line. A little more speed, a lot more speed. I mean, Rempe's not a bad skater for a big man. He really isn't.
Well, my
unless he just takes such long strides that it looks like he's moving faster than he is.
My counterattack to you would be, what happens if this game gets oogly and it gets ugly and they're going to start taking liberties and we don't have anybody out there of Rempe's magnitude?
Well, and then somebody else has got to step up, whether it's Trouba or Lindgren. I mean, Goodrow's not afraid to get mixed up with anybody. Neither is Vesey. I mean, there's a lot of guys on this team that, are not afraid to take that role.
I agree.
I mean, there's only one, only one guy on this team in that weight class, but there's only one guy in the entire league in that weight class. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jim. I just want to throw that out there. I think Will Cooley can take care of himself, can take care of some other guys. You got some Trouba, could take care of somebody. What did you guys think about Trouba and Lindgren in that last 2.5 minutes? That was his guys. Very interesting, I thought. Not Fox and Lindgren, not Schneider and Miller. He went kind of with an odd pairing there.
That is true. Yeah, that was different, but plays the hunches, and most of what he does works out pretty well.
Yeah, and I think maybe because those guys really can move the crease. Those guys are physical guys. But you're right, Michael. It's basically their PK pair, but the PK was, they gave 2 goals. I really thought I would have been more comfortable with Fox and Lindgren. I'm going to tell you right now. Now, Fox certainly isn't a mover and shaker, but he's a guy who great hockey IQ, can move that puck. Because they all had palsy. Excuse when trying to clear there in the last 2 minutes, nobody could get that puck out. I mean,
how many times did they throw the puck up the boards and the Caps just caught it out of midair? Dropped it to the ice. Excuse me. So, I think Rempe should sit tomorrow night. I would play Brodzinski on that fourth line. See what happens.
Right. Mark's right there too. They're paying special attention to Rempe. It's ridiculous. They should be concentrating on the Tom Wilson.
Or excuse me, Friday. Actually, it's Friday night.
Yeah,
It's
Friday
not-
night.
Friday night. Friday night. By the way, since we have a captive audience right now, we will tell you that the Game 3 wrap-up show will be before Game 4. We'll do it Sunday at 6:30.
Right before we clinch.
Right. Oh, you heard it here first, folks. So yeah, we'll be live on the air 6:30 Sunday, and then we'll go watch the game.
But you have to. I mean, it's very hard to win these games. Like you'll look at the box score and say, "Oh, Capital." These teams are not going down. Sometimes the ice was bad. The officiating was horrible. So we can't expect like blowouts. But I was never, ever worried until that last 3 minutes or so that they could lose.
I got a little nervous when it was 4-3.
Right. Let me ask you this, Jim.
Yes.
Why in the hell did you watch Sam and Joe?
Because I just rather watch Sam and Joe than ESPN. I also like to know what they're saying. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I couldn't take.
It's so frustrating because Joe never shuts up, but I still want to hear it.
I couldn't take 5 minutes of those clowns before they're talking about Alexiev Protas and his journey to the NHL and whatever they're talking about, the other team. I cannot stand them. I'd rather have the villains like Ferraro and a guy who's going to talk about every cap stat in the regular season, which doesn't mean shit. Regular season stats regular season stats don't mean shit to me once the playoffs start. Sorry, no way. I don't care how good their power play was when we made the playoffs. All this about all I care about is playoff stats.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Sam had one stat that I was really surprised at that regular season. They were 38-0, 38-0-1 this year when they scored 4 goals or more.
Okay.
And now I thought that was interesting.
That's very okay. Already was on the mark with one. I just can't stand him. I can't stand the emasculated Sam Rosen who doesn't like fighting, the Micheletti who never shuts up. Now, I know I agree with you.
Just one more thing on Micheletti. When they reviewed the Panarin hit, they didn't even mention, neither one of them mentioned that they were reviewing it. And then the referee comes out and he's making the call, and you don't even hear the referee because Joe won't stop talking. Couldn't even stop talking long enough because I don't want to know what's going on the ice. I want to hear what Joe has to say.
Wait a minute. He called Charlie Lindgren Charles Lindbergh?
Yes.
See, just come on.
And he called Dylan Strome Ryan Strome.
Come on. Can't he pull a John Sterling, just hang it up right now?
Well, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I thought that the best chance for that to happen is going to be for them to win the cup. Perfect way for him to go out.
Yes.
Even though he won't call the cup game, he might call it on the radio or something. But perfect way for him to go out. He could show up. He could do the first game next season, which would be if God willing, they won the cup. He could do the first game next year and be there for the banner and everything else and all the pageantry, and then happy trails.
A tip of his comb over and he's out.
What tip of his comb over?
That plate.
Just as the batter goes to the rafters.
Bombadita, 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 bombadita,
Happy hair to you.
And while we're on the subject of Sam Rosen's hair, is he gonna go gray yet or something? He's dyeing that fucking muskrat he's got on his head. Anyway. Oh, man.
Just for men.
I don't know. Just for almost men. All right. So I thought everybody played well. I mean, it was a total team effort. I mean, you got it from different sources. The goal, the fourth line wasn't as prevalent. Didn't get on the score sheet, I don't think. But you got it from other guys. That's the way you got to do it. And, I thought both lines looked really good. I mean, Vinny Trocheck has just been
a revelation.
Like Joe Erskine. Not Carl Erskine, who just recently died of the Brooklyn Dodgers, but Joel Erskine. He really has been.
Eric Gustafson, 2 assists last night, by the way.
Who I thought had a terrible game 1 and had a great game 2.
Gustafson straight as a Grizzly's dick.
That's
There's
right.
that.
And Gustafson looking good. This is a Lavy boy, and that's what you need from game to game. And then when he plays well, that Trouba Gustafson as a third pairing looks really good.
They do.
But really, the anchor, though, is how great Miller and Schneider are playing. Yeah. Now, I know it's against the Caps, and they don't have a lot of depth offensively. But these guys consistently have played so well. I mean, a pairing nobody thought of. And kudos again. I know it's only game 2 of the playoffs, but Laviolette for having the wherewithal to tell the captain you're going to be demoted to the third pairing because we feel that these guys are playing at a higher level, and then maybe you're not playing as well. If he said that, I don't know if he said that, but
do you want to hear what the coach had to say after the game last night?
Sure, let's hear what the man had to say.
Power that is for you guys. You got, I think, 8 different goal scorers, and it's different guys tonight than the other night. And
I mean, it's all year it's been that way. We've relied on a lot of people, and like everybody, dealt with some injuries. Guys have had to step up, but now we're back a little bit, and we're able to get a balance on the lines, a balance on the back end, and I do think that it's helpful and through the course of a regular season, certainly through a playoffs where the bump and grind comes into it, and the longevity of it, you hope, comes into it. It's good to have that depth.
Spencer Carberry was just in here and talked about Ovechkin, how you guys have been able to block shots and do things to kind of contain him and how he's struggling a little bit. Just what have you seen about the way you guys have defended him that's been successful?
He's a player that can make a difference in the game. We're I guess, mindful of that and do our best to check him.
Peter, I would imagine that this was the type of game you expected from Washington. What did you think about the way your guys handled it for the balance of the game and winning a game like this? What can that do for your team, especially winning one early in a series, early in a playoffs like this?
I mean, I said that this morning. Somebody asked me what I expected, and I said I expected that tonight and the way it played out, physical and, some attitude and directness inside of the game. I thought our guys responded pretty well. It was a hard-fought game. I thought it was a hard-fought game. I think that's good. And again, inside of a series and inside of what you hope is an opportunity to move on, you want to make sure that you're building the right type of game and getting involved in that type of a setting. I thought it was a hard-fought game.
Peter, you spoke the other day about the all-around impact of Vincent Trocheck, and Meek has been really active these first couple games. When you have two centers at the top of your lineup being driving forces like that, I mean, what does that mean to the group? How much does that kind of drive the group?
Yeah, they've been. I think they've been there all year. You know, we talked about Troch, and Mika had a heck of a game tonight. He was noticeable a lot, especially teams 5-on-5. I thought he did a terrific job, but I think having the depth at center has been really helpful. Even the addition of Wenberg and slotting him in has been helpful too. So I think it's real important.
How big was the Roslovic goal and then the shorthanded goal, just the momentum
Yeah,
of
it
the
was
game?
huge. And it was right at the end of the power play, the Roslovic goal. There wasn't much time left. Great play, walking down the middle. I think it was Gus, and dished it over. Roslovic got it and on a hard angle and really put it in the only place it could go. And then to come back and get that on top of it was big.
Peter Trocheck was in here before, and we were talking about how when we talk about his line, we're usually talking about how well they create offense, which they did tonight. But Artemi and Alexei also stepped up a lot physically. Can you talk about just seeing two guys with that much skill playing as physically as they did tonight?
Everybody's hitting. I mean, all you got to do is turn on a playoff hockey game. Everybody's banging bodies. That's just the nature of the business for this time of the year, and that was a physical game. It was good.
Peter, you hold serve at home. Now you go on the road. You're looking for
Bruce
something
Beck.
different, something the same as you go into their building?
Yeah, we'll look at things, and you know, a couple of days here, our guys will take a break, but we'll catch them in another day and get back to work and see what we can do to be better.
Just again this morning, Spencer Carberry actually had a ton of praise for Keandre Miller and brought his name up specifically, talking about how to beat him in the offensive zone for Washington. What have you seen from him as of late physically? Because it feels like he's also been one of those guys. I know you just said everyone's hitting, but Keandre seems like someone who stepped up lately as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's the type of player that can bring everything. He can bring the physicality. He can bring the good defense. He can jump into a hole and find the right offense as well at the right time. You know, he's got size. He's athletic. He can skate. He can make a good first pass. There's a lot of things that he can bring to the table. And again, I just think it fits in on the balance of our back end. And you know, you had mentioned the depth, and that's a good thing this time of year. But he certainly played a heck of a game for us tonight.
All right.
Now, I have to agree with him. He kind of dismissed it a little bit by saying everybody's playing this kind of hockey. But Alexei Lafreniere, for a guy that came into this league, you know, with the scoring and all this stuff, he really can make a difference out there with the body. And as far as Keandre Miller goes, I don't know if it's the playoffs, but his attention span and I don't want to say attention span. He's prone to the vapor lock in the regular season, but he is on point with everything. Again, it's 2 games. It's a small sample size. Yes, I mean, you know, but I think the real test for us as Ranger fans is these next 2 road games, because we have seen it. Rangers get out to 2-0. Looks like it's going to be a coastie, and it winds up being a toasty. So I want to see how they come out. I think they will come out good. I think they're well coached. And like I said, I think everybody's playing well right now. They seem to have a team concept. Even though they give 2 power play goals, there's some kind of system going on in there.
Everybody's in.
And I feel like they're all in on their forechecks, and they're all in on their effort, winning puck battles. I really don't think, again, I said this game 1, I don't think the Caps have the horses to they got so many guys that are just like, what? Who? You know, like Malm, and they're down 1 defenseman. And they're hoping that Who was the one guy? Sandine is going to come back. What? It's not like they're waiting for Eric Carlson to come back. Not even Eric Carlson, but somebody else. They're waiting for Quinn Hughes to come back. Rasmus Sandine, that's their prayer and a hope. They got Dylan McElrath out there, who I know you called a bum. I mean, I still respect the guy for making it back, but he's not an NHLer. You know? So,
right.
I mean, they're holding things together. There's a very small margin for error for those guys with a team that is on point as far as I'm concerned. I mean, yeah, I would love that Euro trash if we could win in 4, but that's just not the Ranger way. I hope so. I'm not worried about any team except for the team that's in front of us right now. I'm sure that's the way they're looking at it.
Right. They're only worried about Friday.
Yeah. I mean, and I think the fast track will help the Rangers. And
yeah, I mean, it should certainly be better ice.
Oh, God. What a disgrace. The world's most famous arena. They can't even. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting. And Shesterkin has been wonderful. He's been great. I know they kept referring to his 2 goals or less at Madison Square Garden. I knew that was going to go out the window. And then, now he has a 3 goal or less or something streak going. I don't know. But I wanted to ask you, I know you're a little under the weather. What's Shesterkin's career record on the road? And also, maybe
in the
you
playoffs?
Yeah.
Or
playoff.
Or everywhere.
Playoff.
Let me see. Let me go to the.
And I wanted to ask you, I remember when we went fairly deep 2 years ago, I felt like the Rangers were facing like 50 shots a night. I was wondering if that's kind of turned around, because it certainly has. And I think that's a result of having a system in place.
Well, let's see. I don't. I'm looking for his playoff numbers, but I don't see them. His playoff splits, but I don't see them just yet. I can tell you that for his career, he is 60, 24, and 10 on the road.
Well, that's pretty impressive in the regular season.
This doesn't give a cumulative. This just lists his. Let's see. He's definitely lost more on the road than at home in the playoffs. He's he lost 2 to Jersey on the road last year. 1-2 against Jersey. Is that right? The year before? No, wait a minute. Well, I don't know if this
Don't worry
is
about
right.
it. It's not big.
I don't see like the splits for home and road for the playoffs.
Okay. Playoffs. Well, it wasn't a blowout, Darwin, but I never felt that the Rangers were not going to win that game. I just felt like there was a lot of, with the penalties and the non-penalties, it was kind of a mishmash of a game. See, here we go, Darwin, blaming Keandre Miller. I knew it. As soon as I saw him in the screen, I said, somebody's going to say, oh, Keandre, what's he doing? He wasn't even at fault. He was away at the crease. He was guarding. I'm saying like a basketball game. He was covering. He was marking a man, as they say in soccer. Oh, guys. Even Jim thinks Keandre is great now. So you better jump aboard the key train.
Igor is 15-14 lifetime in the playoffs.
On the road.
No, that's just overall.
Oh yeah, he was 14-14. Huh. Well, just keep doing what you're doing. That's all I gotta say.
So we can't finish the night. Well, I mean, I don't even know if we're finishing, but I definitely want to show this video. I don't know if you saw this.
I haven't seen anything.
This is Frankie from Barstool, who is a diehard Islander fan, and I guess they watch the games at his family's Italian restaurant.
Now, can I just say, am I going to be reveling in their pain?
Oh, you're going to love this.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Let's bring it up.
From Borelli's Italian restaurant since 1955. My dad, obviously, here. Great to have him sitting here next to me. Great to have everyone here at Borelli's. And we're just going to rock and roll.
Oh, they're up 1-0. Look at them having so much fun. Good for them.
Holding a heart pillow? Is he a cardiac patient? Or something?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
What the fuck was that? Look at him laughing. Cretin.
Oh, look, he's hugging his pillow. It's our year. We're up 2-0. Too much talent on this Islander team. Look at them. Look at them.
What's wrong with it? Oh, yeah, they're on the thing.
It's a lot. It's a lot. They're scoring goals. I'm jumping all over him. I wanted him here for puck drop. He stayed for the first period.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's too crazy. So,
humanity!
No, we're going to.
So the old man's going home now after the first period. It's over. It's 2-0. I can leave.
Probably crashed his car if he heard the fucking. Bunch of incels.
And it's 3-0. They're having such a great time. It's so nice to see them celebrating. And then here comes the music.
What a pass.
Here comes the music.
I mean, it's been nonstop.
Meanwhile, they're being outshot like 40-12 in this game.
No.
Look at them. The hats are off. Look at the girl. She's in shock.
Is this your music, Tim, or that?
You can't make it up. Never fucking. I can't believe it.
Oh, wait, it gets better. He didn't even see it. He was too busy on his phone. Now it's just stunned disbelief. They can't even react to the fourth goal. They can't even react anymore. I love it. He's looking around. What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What just happened? What the fuck just happened? This guy sucks.
Look at that face.
He's never gonna have sex in his life.
Look, there they go. Good night, everybody.
Good night. See you later, bitches.
Girl. We don't need you. Bye.
Not one guy over 30 there.
Tell me that doesn't warm your heart.
Oh my God. That was a genuine Oh, stop with the juju. Stop.
Why?
I revel in their misery. Even if we go out in 7, it's worth that misery. Just to say this. Get the hell
I didn't
out of
create
here.
the video.
And they
I just
stink.
shared it.
We don't care about Juju. I laugh in the face of Juju. Uh-oh. Rangers losing 7.
And they're on their feet at Borelli's headed for the exit.
Where is this Borelli's? Maybe I'll make it a appearance next game.
In all your Ranger gear?
I don't do that stuff. I would go in there in a John Spano jersey.
John Spano.
Spano. The Fright House Project. The Outhouse Project. Borelli's, where is this at? They got psychics. Didn't the psychic predict that they were going to lose?
Right, they had a psychic there and they still watch the game? It's in East Meadow.
Oh, yeah, I know where that is. Oh, Joe.
Oh, here it is. 1580 Hempstead Turnpike.
Oh, I play over there. I've had some gigs over there. What's around it? I think I know where this is.
Oh, I got fried calamari on the menu.
Yeah, reasonably priced at $17. But that, that's the going rate out here.
It's a little strong. Maybe we can have a Ranger viewing party there.
I think Borelli's is over near Mr. Beery's place I play. The Idiot Box plays there. Yeah, wear a Tavares jersey. Borelli's is in the Philippines. What is that? Some kind of who knows? It's probably where he gets his Italian escorts from. Dr. B rolls hard. All right. So anyway, well, it's glad I was in the Atlantic City sports book when that happened. And my friend, and I use that term loosely, Jerry, also AKA the cane swinging jerk off, is an Islander fan. He was the one who cried for a week after the Islanders were eliminated from the playoffs a couple of years he couldn't believe it. He was in stunned disbelief as I laughed. There they are. I don't know if that's Cap fans complaining about the refs or Islander fans. Well, Varley, they got us. Yeah, they do have those too. I will admit it. But Varley just couldn't stop the onset. And I hate the Canes. I hate them. But in the long run, it behooves me to see Islanders suffering. Oh, it's by Eisenhower Park. Okay. I got you. Thank you, Margaret. You been watching any of the other playoff games?
I did watch game 2 of Toronto-Boston.
Yes, Austin Matthews.
And then when that game was over, I switched over to the Islander game and got to see the collapse.
You were like, did you see that collapse?
Yeah, I tried to call you. I wasn't sure where you were, and I had to tell you the good news that they had just blown a 3-0 lead. And
I was watching the Knicks and the hockey game at the same time.
When I turned the Islander game on, it was 3-1, and it spun quickly after that.
They even showed this when they played the Rangers. By the third period, it is just battle down the hatches. And if they don't block shots, they give up goals. So
they were outshot in that game, 39-12. I mean,
it looked like. And how about your boy Georgiev getting fucking lit up?
He did.
Couldn't happen to a bigger dick. I think that's all I got. I did notice that part of it, this is totally an aside from the game. But why is Michael Del Zotto part of this alumni? Could somebody? The alumni.
Yeah, all the names were out there the other night. They had a lot of guys out there. Glenn Anderson, of course, was there.
With his salmon sandwiches.
Kovalev was there. Greshner was there. Greshner had triple bypass.
Who did?
Gresh.
Really?
Well,
I'm surprised. He lived such a healthy lifestyle of rum and Coke. Jack Daniels.
Derek
He looked
Brassard
bad.
Kevin Klein was there.
I like Kevin Klein.
Yeah, we all like Kevin Klein.
Who do we get him for? Michael Del Zotto.
Yep.
Wow. Yep. Oh, yeah, Brassard. Derek Brassard was there. It's so amazing they got Mika Zibanejad who's playing for Derek Brassard, who's retired.
Right.
Yeah, Rum had triple bypass. I didn't know that. How'd you find that out? Sam?
It was reported by one of our sources.
Ah.
Who ran into him last night.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't wish they were at the Garden. Listen, I got ill will against Ron Greshner, but I don't want anything bad to happen to him.
Hey, it's nice that it's pretty cool that the Rangers are bringing in a lot of guys for these games. I mean,
speaking of Blue Shirt Barbecue, I heard that Adam Herman had something to say that was completely wrong.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this? What did he say?
I went after him on Twitter too. He has my personal account blocked, but he doesn't have the BSU show account blocked. So I saw his tweet where he said something like, figures Ranger fans would like a guy who all he does is take dumb penalties and fight.
Oh, yes.
And then he scored. And I just responded and I said, another asinine take. I said, JD called you a liar.
What we call that guy, Adam Sperman or something? We had a nickname for that guy. Hermaphrodite.
Sean McCaff calls him Hermtrans.
Hey, not that there's anything wrong with it, but
people hate that guy.
Are they getting paid over there, Jim, at all?
I don't know. Last I heard, Blue Shirt Banner was going, got taken off SB Nation, and I heard they were going behind a paywall. And for a while, I was seeing content come up on Facebook that you could, subscribe to. But I don't know if they're still, I don't even know. I haven't looked. All
right, enough of them. We're prospering. We are your number one source for Ranger hockey news and opinion.
Yeah, they're still there. Yep, still there.
Why? When you get shitty takes like that.
65. Well, he's not with them anymore.
Oh, he's been dispatched.
Right. Joe got rid of him. $65 a year for full access to Blue Shirt Banter. It's not bad, I guess.
That's not that bad.
It's not bad. I mean, it looks like he's putting a lot of content on the website, so.
Well, that's good. Speaking of which, I'm going to do a promo for our Patreon with a couple clips from these shows, and then have me go, hey, you're missing the wrap-up shows. Join Patreon. You get it all. You miss us? Well, we're still here. And then, run the link down at the bottom.
Right.
So what do you guys think going forward? What do you think about this game 3? You've already stated you want Brodzinski in there. You want to give Rempe a rest. What do you guys think about that first?
I just think having the last change is going to be, advantage Caps to get in the matchups they want on Rempe. So I'd like to see Brodzinski in there with a little more speed on the fourth line.
Okay.
It's just my thought. We'll see what he does, but
I think a good start is what you'd want out of the Rangers.
The scoring chances with Rempe on the ice, the Cap scoring chances were pretty high yesterday from what I saw. I don't remember where I saw it. Might have been the Athletic. So So it just might be a good idea to let Rempe sit out tomorrow night or Friday night. Keep saying that.
Okay. All right.
Oh, here you go. Matt Rempe, it was in the Athletic. Goodrow's lineup. Matt Rempe, Goodrow's line mate, has been on the ice for only 3 minutes and 34 seconds of even strength time with Ovechkin, and the Capitals dominated in shot attempts during that stretch. Carberry could try to exploit that matchup, and it could impact how Laviolette tries to deploy Rempe. The Rangers coach has already tried giving Goodrow more defensive support when he's on the ice with Ovechkin, as shown by the difference in Rempe and Goodrow's ice time against him.
What do you think about this Carberry, this Carfax guy?
Oh, I can't fucking stand him. Can't stand him.
Why?
It's just he walks, but the way he carries himself and works the refs, you think he's like he's Barry Trotz back there.
I think he's got a good look.
No,
I just throwing softballs.
He's
annoying. He reminds me. I don't know. He's a noob. And he acts like he's a grizzled veteran.
Right.
You're a noob. Act like a noob. I like that. Arrive in the net, nil humor. That's a great saying.
Yes, it is.
Dr. B says he's a handsome, shiny head.
Another
Uncle Fester. Well, we had Uncle Fester.
All right. This guy's more like Tom Hardy.
Stop. Love Tom Hardy. He's my bro crush. I don't know. He just looks like some Weasley guy in every movie. So that's the story. Jim is feeling under the weather. I think we've pretty much covered everything.
Yes, but I did want to ask you because you're a big movie goer. Did you go to see Godzilla and Kong?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it. It was entertaining. I mean, the plot was paper thin.
Right. But you're not there. You're not there for the acting.
No. And I'm not so hot on the little girl, whatever. You know me with kids.
Right.
But not even that. No, we don't have anything confirmed on Brodzinski, but
no, we're just speculating.
Speculating. I liked it. I love all the fight scenes. I'm a sucker for that.
Oh yeah.
So did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what do you think?
Oh, we liked it. Yeah. We saw it. Jimmy came up for his birthday and we all went and saw it. And I liked it.
My wife loves the animals, so the little gorilla, that whole thing, and it tears at our heartstrings. I thought the villain, the guy Scar, he was a badass villain, man.
He was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I like when it's like something out of, if he fights a velociraptor, I don't really give a shit. Right. Well, when the guy's real badass and he's riding that fucking thing, I'm like,
chain, that was pretty cool. Yeah. I saw another good movie that I watched after a stream on my streaming service. I don't know if you saw this one. Michael Keaton called Knox Goes Away.
I have not seen this.
Excellent movie.
On Michael what Keaton, streaming service?
The one I pay for.
Okay.
But it's got to be available on streaming somewhere because they don't. I don't know if it's Prime, Netflix, or what. But once it goes,
what again? Knox
Goes Away.
Knox.
He plays a hitman who finds out that he had, and I'm not giving anything away here. He finds out he has a rapidly. I can't remember the name. It's the same disease that Robin Williams had. Jacob something dementia.
Jacob Trouba disease. He gives the puck away and winds up on the third pairing.
It's rapidly. It moves very quickly, and he's a hitman, and he's only got a couple of weeks to live, and he's just got some business to take care of, and that's what the movie is. And you're kind of watching him, slip into this disease. It's really, really good. He wrote it, he directed it, he produced it.
Oh,
and
I like him.
He's really, really good at it. It's a good movie. I highly recommend.
Shogun Series 2 Euro Trends. I want to get into that. Now that the wife's home for a couple of days, maybe we'll binge watch that.
So,
but
that's all I got.
Not on Friday. Not on Friday, because Friday is Rangers hockey.
That's right.
Now, where is that? Where can I view this? I'm not watching MSG, so just throw.
Thank you. That's it. Louis body dementia. Thank you. Rangers on Friday are on ESPN and MSG again, I think. Or no, Friday's game is TNT and MSG.
I got to tell you.
I believe you'll get Kenny on Friday night if you watch TNT.
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought the in-between periods with Subban, Sluban, and Messier was great. Because it was just all pro Ranger. It was great.
Oh.
I don't know how long that I'll remember. I feel like Subban now knows that Messier will beat the shit out of him if he says anything bad about the Rangers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. Or 2-0. Well, I can believe it, but let's continue with the winning ways and end it early.
Yeah, I agree. Let's keep it going. We'll see you Sunday afternoon before at 6:30. The game's at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much, NHL. So we'll see you 6:30 Sunday afternoon. Thanks everybody for your support. We love you. Great show.
Chocolate Thunder, hot fudge, as I called them the other night.
See you guys Sunday afternoon. Let's go Rangers. Eddie, always a pleasure. George,
thank you guys.
Hi, Danny. Bye, Danny. That's
George,
right, you were coaching the youth of tomorrow.
Let's go Rangers. Let's do it.
All right, we'll see you guys Sunday. Take care. Thanks for your support. Good night, everybody.